A week before I died. My wife's first love came home. She didn't come back that night. The next day, I got a call from her. I drafted the divorce papers. Come home to sign them. I coughed a bit and replied, I'm at the hospital. She spoke coldly. I don't care where you are. Even if you're about to die, you need to come back and sign them. I calmly answered, okay. She didn't know. I was really dying. On the day of the funeral, she was busy marrying her first love. Later, dressed in a white wedding gown, she leaned over my tombstone, crying and murmuring, if there's a next life, I still want to marry you. That day was her wedding with first love, and my funeral. The doctors wanted me to stay for observation, but I refused. I knew my body better than they did. My life was counting down, no chance to start over. I didn't want to spend my last days in a hospital. Back home, Wendy sat on the couch, staring at me coldly. Weren't you in the hospital? You look just fine. I gathered my strength, sat across from her, and croaked, where's the divorce paper? Wendy frowned, her voice even colder. Where you been messing around? You look half dead. I didn't answer, just asked for the divorce paper again, because I felt like I was about to collapse. I didn't want her to see me weak. I didn't want to faint in front of her. Not saying, forget it. You think I care? Wendy snorted angrily, tossing the divorce papers on the table. Sign it. I didn't look at the papers, just stared at Wendy. This is my last gift to you. I picked up the pen, scribbled my name on the papers. When I put the pen down, I felt drained, slumped onto the table. Wendy paused, sneered, stop faking. Think I'll change my mind if you act pitiful? If you hadn't pressured my parents, forcing them to make me marry you, I'd be married to Alex, happy. You've been nice these years, but you owed me that. I managed a weak smile, so you've always blamed me. If I die, will you forgive me? Tell me when you're dead. Wendy picked up the papers and left without hesitation. I watched her leave, my heart clenched, darkness closed in. When I woke, I was in the hospital. Cindy was there, Wendy's best friend, my good friend, and the matchmaker for Wendy and me. We met thanks to her. Pity it didn't turn out like she wished, us being happily ever after. Seeing me awake, Cindy quickly asked, how are you feeling? Her eyes full of worry. I felt a bit touched, smiled. I'm fine, just tired. Her eyes reddened. How long are you going to hide this? The doctor told me everything. I stayed silent. Cindy asked again, does Wendy know? I shook my head. Why won't you tell her? She should know. I'll tell her right now. Cindy reached for her phone. I stopped her. No need. Before yesterday, I might not have stopped her. But after yesterday, every word from Wendy haunts me. I fear she'd stand before me and say, why didn't you die sooner? You ruined my happiness with Alex. That would be too much. Not telling her? Does she still misunderstand you? I tried to explain. Stopped Cindy again, waving it off. Let the truth die with me. Wendy believes I pressured her parents, kept her from leaving the country, made her marry me. But the truth is, Wendy's parents didn't approve of Alex. They came to me, asked me to put on a show with them. Of course, I agreed. I loved Wendy, hoping she'd forget Alex, slowly reveal the truth. But she never warmed up to me. Over the years, married in name, she saw me as an enemy, thinking I wrecked her happiness. Instead of telling the truth and making her hate her parents, I'd rather be the bad guy, let her keep hating me. After all, I'm dying. Wendy called. I'm waiting outside the courthouse. Her cold voice met my calm response. Okay. After hanging up, Cindy insisted, I'll go with you. I almost refused, but she spoke first. I won't tell Wendy. I just want to make sure you're okay. I agreed. Wendy wasn't alone at the courthouse. Alex was there too. He looked like a few years back, excited with a big smile. Seeing Cindy and me, Wendy was surprised. Cindy, why are you here? Cindy kept her expression flat. Wendy, do you have to divorce Tom? Wendy laughed coldly at me. Tom, You got Cindy to talk to me? I didn't answer. Cindy replied first. Tom didn't ask me to. I came on my own. Wendy, think carefully. Tom loves you more than your parents. You must feel it by now. Wendy frowned but stayed silent. Alex stepped forward, blocking Wendy gently, smiling at Cindy. Tom loves Wendy, but love is mutual. Wendy doesn't love him. She loves me, and my love is no less. Cindy scoffed. You have the nerve to say that? Who left Wendy for another country? I never saw your love for her. You love yourself more. Alex looked upset. Wendy interrupted. Cindy, let's not dig up the past. Alex had no choice either. He didn't mean to leave me. It was Tom who pressured my parents to stop me from going abroad. He wanted me to marry him. You know all of this. It's all Tom's fault. Back then, I interrupted Cindy, calmly looking at Wendy. You're right, it's all my fault. So let's stop this mess. Go inside and get divorced. Tom. Cindy stopped me, wanting to say more. I shook my head at her. No need to explain. Wendy just didn't love me. Wendy and I walked out of the civil office, and Alex happily ran up to her. Wendy, you finally got divorced. We can be together now. But surprisingly, Wendy didn't respond and just stared at the divorce papers in her hand. Was she regretting it? I thought for a second and shook my head. No way. Divorcing me was her wish all along. Cindy said, Wendy, if you regret now, it's not too late. Alex shot a glare at Cindy. Why would Wendy regret? She didn't love Tom. Only with me can she be happy. Cindy sneered. And how will you make her happy? With your nothing to show life? Alex glanced nervously at Wendy and forced a smile. Happiness isn't just about money. I can fulfill her spiritually. You can talk, at least, Cindy scoffed. I knew Cindy wanted Wendy to reconsider. But I've loved Wendy with all my heart for years, and it never warmed it. No way Cindy's few words could change that. Besides, Wendy and I are already divorced. I didn't want to keep dragging this out. Cindy, let's go, I said. Cindy looked at me, sighed at Wendy. Think about what I said. Don't regret when it's too late. Wendy replied calmly, no need. I won't regret it, because I never loved him. She said the last sentence to me, and my heart ached. Wendy didn't look at me again and left with Alex. I felt like I couldn't breathe, coughing violently, warm liquid slipping through my fingers, staining my vision red. I opened my eyes to find Cindy crying on her knees. I wanted to comfort her, but as soon as I tried to move, everything felt light. My hand went right through her shoulder. No resistance. Stunned, I glanced around and saw my body lying on the hospital bed. I realized I was dead. In my soul form, I stayed with Cindy, watched her take care of my body, notify family and friends, and prepare for the funeral. Though everything followed a set process, her weight loss was visible. In just a few days, she'd lost a noticeable amount. 3 days before the funeral, she looked at my ashes, mumbling, Tom, should I tell Wendy? Give me a sign. I couldn't give an answer, but I hoped she wouldn't. I feared Wendy might celebrate my death. As long as I don't see it, I could pretend it wasn't true. Phone rang, and I glanced over. It was Wendy calling. Cindy looked at my ashes without averting her gaze, picking up the phone. Cindy, in 3 days it's Alex and I's wedding. I'll send you the location. Don't forget to attend. For a moment, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Didn't think death could feel like this. Cindy's face changed. Why that day? Wendy sounded confused. Is there a problem? No, no problem. I'll be there. Hanging up, Cindy looked at my ashes. Tom, did you hear? She set her wedding with Alex on the same day as your funeral. Yeah, that day is my funeral. But since we're divorced, she can choose when to marry. I can't change anything. 3 days later, Cindy wore a black dress and a hat with a black veil, expressionless as she left. I wanted to stop her, but couldn't. I could only float by her side, walking into the wedding venue. Seeing Cindy's attire, the guests looked shocked. Wendy met us in a white wedding dress, not looking pleased. Cindy, why'd you dress like that? This joke's gone too far. I'm not joking. After your wedding, I have to attend Tom's funeral. No time to change. Wendy froze, frowning. Tom's funeral? What are you talking about? I get it. Did Tom put you up to this? Where is he? Ruining my wedding fun? Wendy got angrier and angrier. Cindy shook her head. He can't come. Why not? I'm calling him now, Wendy said, taking out her phone. Alex came over. Wendy, what's going on? He frowned at Cindy. Is this your friend? Why's she dressed like that? Wendy looked apologetic. Sorry. She's just kidding around. Too far though. I've spoken to her. Alex snorted. There's a time and place for jokes. But since you did, I won't say more. The wedding's about to start. I'm heading over now. Okay. Wendy watched Alex leave and then turned to face Cindy. I don't know what Tom's plan is, but tell him this. Whatever he's thinking, it's not gonna work. Do you really have such a big grudge against Tom? Cindy looked at Wendy with a strange expression. He's already passed away. Today is his funeral. You think I joke about something like that? You wouldn't, but he would. Back then, he forced my parents to make me marry him. What wouldn't he do? If he wants me to believe he's dead, I'd have to see his body myself. So, it's still about that incident. Cindy gave a wry smile. Forget it. I said what I needed to. Believe it or not. Wendy's expression was conflicted. The officiant then shouted, "Let's welcome the bride with a big round of applause." Wendy glanced at Cindy, seemingly wanting to say something but then stopped herself and turned away. Her silhouette in a white wedding dress burned into my memory, just like on the day she married me. Just the same as back then. Cindy murmured, but things have changed. Tom, if only I hadn't introduced you to her back in the day. It's not your fault. I stood beside Cindy, offering silent comfort, though she couldn't hear me. The wedding ceremony proceeded step by step. Wendy and Alex exchanged rings. The officiant announced, "May these rings be a symbol of their eternal love." Let's give a warm applause to this happy couple. Everyone's faces were all smiles, applauding enthusiastically. In the midst of thunderous applause, Cindy slowly rose. "Tom, it's time for me to leave. I can't miss your funeral." "Wait up." It was Wendy who spoke. Cindy paused. I turned to look. Alex, just about to kiss Wendy, froze and smiled gently. "Wendy, what's up?" Wendy looked apologetic. "Sorry, Alex, but I have to check on something really important right now." Alex's face instantly darkened, but he kept his cool, still smiling softly. "What's that? Need my help?" "No, I'll be right back." Wendy turned around, lifting her wedding gown as she ran towards Cindy. "I'm going with you to Tom's funeral. I need to see if he's truly dead." She clearly didn't believe that I was actually dead. Cindy gave her a long, hard look. "All right." I followed Cindy and floated out the door. I looked back one last time. Alex's gloomy face and the guests' shocked expressions were all I saw. My funeral was being held at West Hill Cemetery. My parents and close friends wore somber faces. "You've got some nerve showing up." Seeing Wendy, a friend marched over angrily but was stopped by Cindy. With each step Wendy took, her face grew paler, until she caught sight of my tombstone and stumbled. "No, this can't be real. Where's Tom? Bring him out." I was surprised by her reaction. I thought she'd be ecstatic over my death, considering she always saw me as her enemy. My mom rushed towards her, gripping her arm tightly and cried out in anguish. "You're the reason my son died. Give me back my son." "Calm down." My dad pulled her behind him, his expression steely as he looked at Wendy. "If you're here for Tom's funeral, you're welcome. But if you're here to flaunt in a wedding dress, leave immediately." Wendy crumbled to the ground, her face ashen. "How could he be dead? He can't be dead. I don't believe it." Wendy cried out and lunged towards my grave, digging with her hands wildly. "I don't believe he's gone. You're all lying. You conspired with him." My dad was both shocked and furious. "Stop her quickly." My friends rushed forward, but none was faster than Cindy. Cindy pulled Wendy away from my grave forcefully, yelling, "Haven't you done enough? You treated him as an enemy when he was alive, and now you dig up his grave when he's dead. Do you really hate him that much?" I don't. Wendy slumped to the ground, muttering. Watching her in such a state, I didn't feel satisfaction. Just melancholy. Turns out, she did care a little. She did grieve for my death. Wendy. Alex rushed over with the groom's flower still pinned to his chest. After helping Wendy up, he faced Cindy with an angry glare. You've gone too far. Wendy just wanted to confirm Tom's death. How can you blame her? Cindy chuckled. Fed up. Is there still any doubt? You think all of us gathered here are just playing house? My friends weren't looking at Alex kindly. Even so, how can you blame Tom's death on Wendy? Wendy is married to me now. She's my wife. She has nothing to do with Tom. It's not her fault Tom died. Alex shouted. My mom trembled with anger, and my dad's face turned a furious shade of red. Cindy took a deep breath, her gaze at Alex as cold as ice. You're right. Tom has nothing to do with you anymore. So leave now. Get out. You're not welcome here. Go back to your wedding. Tom was blind to have loved the wrong person. Showing up at his funeral in a wedding dress? You want him to rest in peace or what? What wrong did Tom do to you for you to be this ruthless? My friends voiced their opinions harshly. Wendy's face turned ghostly pale, hands tightly clutching her wedding dress. We didn't need your say-so, we would have left anyway. Wendy, let's go. Alex snorted and grabbed Wendy's hand to leave. Wendy shook him off. You can go. I'm staying. Alex was dumbfounded. Cindy calmly stated, Wendy, you should go. Why? He's dead already. I just want to send him off for the last time. Can't I at least do that? Wendy screamed, eyes red with tears as she glared at Cindy. Cindy remained unchanged, her voice steady as she gave her reason. Because Tom might not want to see you. Wendy stood still in a daze, and then left, completely disheartened. Alex gave Cindy a nasty look, and then turned around to chase Wendy. Finally, it was over. I watched Wendy's back as she walked away, knowing I'd never see her again. My parents walked up to Cindy. Thank goodness you were here, they said. Otherwise, Tom wouldn't have rested in peace. Cindy forced a smile. It's the least I could do. After my funeral, my parents asked Cindy to stay. Cindy, they said, with Tom gone, we can't manage the company. We'd like you to run it. Cindy was shocked and quickly refused. I can't do it, she said. I know nothing about running a company. My dad smiled gently. No one knows everything from the start. You were Tom's best friend. He trusted you. We trust you too. You don't have to do everything yourself. Just guide the ship. I believe you won't let us down or Tom. Cindy looked at my tombstone, bit her lip, and said, all right, I'll do it. I fully supported my parents' decision to let Cindy run the company. Even though she hadn't managed one before, she had plenty of work experience and a great capacity to learn. I had no doubt she'd do a great job. Cindy took my parents home first, and then went to the library. I watched her buy lots of management books, bringing them home in a full box. To my surprise, Wendy was waiting at her door. Her eyes were puffy and red. Clearly, she'd been crying hard. Cindy didn't seem surprised to see her. Just you? She asked. Just me, Wendy replied. Cindy laughed. It's your wedding night with Alex, and he let you come? Unbelievable. Wendy looked at Cindy seriously. We didn't finish the ceremony, so we're not really married. I was shocked by Wendy's words. Her biggest wish had always been to marry Alex. Cindy was surprised too, but didn't comment further. She just opened the door. Want a drink? No thanks. You know why I'm here. Tell me how Tom died. Cindy asked. Does it matter? Of course it does. I was once married to him. I have a right to know. Listening to Wendy, I could only laugh. Besides that marriage certificate, did she ever see herself as my wife? Cindy bluntly hit Wendy's weak spot. From marriage to divorce, did you ever consider yourself Tom's wife? Wendy went pale and couldn't say a word. Cindy sighed. You should go. Tom is gone. There's no need to dwell on how he died. And remember, you're Alex's wife now. Be mindful of your role. I don't want him coming after me. I just wanted, well, to know if Tom left any last words. Tears rolled down Wendy's cheeks. There was something, said Cindy word by word. He said he wouldn't marry you in his next life. Wendy was stunned, stepping back. Cindy didn't move, just watched Wendy disappear, looking calm. Closing the door, she whispered, "Tom, I was so harsh. You won't blame me, right?" "Of course not." I put my hand on Cindy's shoulder. "You're my best friend. She means nothing to me anymore. If not for Cindy introducing us, I'd never have met Wendy." I still remember the day I met her. She wore a purple dress. The breeze made it sway, etching that purple into my heart. Because of Cindy, we'd meet often. She always talked about how happy she was with Alex, dreaming of their sweet married life. It made me uncomfortable. Then Alex went abroad, and she cried her heart out. Cindy and I comforted her. Honestly, I was secretly happy. The biggest obstacle between us was gone. But then she decided to go abroad to find Alex. It hurt, but I didn't pursue her further. I let go, wishing her happiness. The day before she left, her parents begged me to help stop her. They didn't want her to go, thinking Alex wouldn't make her happy. I hesitated all night but agreed. I married Wendy. Out of guilt, I gave her everything she wanted. But she always mocked me. "Marry someone you don't love? Pathetic. Think I'd forgive you because you're nice? Dream on. Tom, you make me sick." Friends urged me to divorce her. I just smiled, thinking, I married her. I won't let go. I fantasized she'd accept me one day, love me. But then Alex returned. My dreams shattered, and my illness was the final blow. So I let go. My failing health and tired heart weren't up for the battle anymore. But why did she come back to haunt me? She always saw me as the enemy. Shouldn't she be glad I'm gone? I just hoped I'd never see her again, to move on quickly to the next life. That night, Cindy packed up and moved into the company. I had a private suite on the top floor. The balcony was full of succulents. Wendy once said she loved them, so I bought a whole bunch to please her. Previously, I took care of them alone. Besides Wendy, nobody's allowed to touch them. Cindy stood in front of those succulents, whispering softly, "Tom, you know what? I've always liked succulents the most." I was stunned, just staring at Cindy's profile. That's when I realized, because of Wendy, I missed out on the most beautiful scenery. The first thing Cindy did when she took office was hold a board meeting. All the board members looked uneasy. I understood how they felt. Anyone would be worried knowing that the company had a new leader, especially one with no management experience. Today is my first meeting with all of you. There'll be plenty more to come. You're all veterans and know the company better than I do, so your guidance would be greatly appreciated. Cindy kept her posture low. I nodded quietly. Given her new position and unfamiliarity with the field, humility was necessary. The attending directors let out a sigh of relief. Cindy didn't make major personnel changes in the company and decided to continue with the current development plans. "I'll work hard with all of you to make the company even better," she said. After the board meeting, I felt relieved watching Cindy's performance. She didn't let me down, nor did she disappoint my parents. I followed her back to the office, watching her dive into work. She signed off on files after giving them a thorough read. She asked the secretary or department manager to explain anything she didn't understand. I felt a mix of happiness and worry. The phone on the desk rang. It was a call from the cemetery. Cindy kept her focus on the documents as she picked up the phone. "Miss Cindy, this is bad. Someone's digging up Mr. Tom's grave." Cindy stood up in shock and anger. "Who is it? Detain them immediately. I'm on my way." Cindy's expression was grim. I'd never seen her like this before. She sped through the streets, ignoring red lights. When we arrived, my grave was already halfway dug up. The ones doing it were Wendy and Alex. "What are you doing?" Cindy rushed over, forcefully shoving Alex aside. Her eyes looked ready to tear him apart. Alex didn't care. "You came just in time. Wendy wants to place Tom's ashes at a temple. I'm just helping her." Cindy couldn't believe it, turning to Wendy. "Did you ask for this? Why? He's dead. Can't you let him rest?" "Cindy, calm down." Wendy tried to soothe her. "Get off me," Cindy snapped, shaking Wendy's hand off. Wendy pursed her lips, her eyes dimmed. Alex sneered, "It's Tom's grave. Why are you so worked up?" Even his ex-wife isn't as upset as you. What, you had a thing with Tom? You? Cindy pointed at Alex, so furious she couldn't speak. Wendy frowned. Alex, stop saying nonsense. I'm not talking nonsense, Alex defended himself. You're Tom's ex-wife. He always claimed to love you. It stands to reason that the company should be yours after his death. Yet it landed in your friend's hands. There has to be something fishy between her and Tom. I glared coldly at Alex, admiring his ability to make something out of nothing. Shut up. Cindy slapped Alex across the face. You dare hit me? Alex's face twisted with rage, raising his hand towards Cindy. I quickly stepped in front of her. Enough, Wendy pulled Alex back. Cindy, I'm not here to argue. I have to take Tom's ashes. We were married for years. I will honor him in a temple as compensation for all he did for me. That's not needed, Cindy said coldly. Wendy, out of our long friendship, take Alex and leave. Or I'll call the cops. Besides, you're divorced from Tom. You have no ties to him now. You're Alex's wife. Remember your place and stay away from Tom. Alex snorted. A knight's couple, 100 days of grace. Wendy may not be with Tom anymore, but it's not up to you to surpass that bond. Oh right, Tom's company is Wendy's. You have no right to manage it. Only Wendy taking over makes sense. Cindy's anger flared. You dug up Tom's grave for the company and his inheritance. Alex grinned. Exactly. He cut in and ruined my and Wendy's happiness. He owes us. The company belongs to us by right. Cindy turned pale, looking at Wendy in disbelief. Do you think that, too? Wendy furrowed her brow. I have no intention of taking Tom's company from you. But you lack management experience. The company would suffer under you. It's Tom's legacy, and I won't let it fail after his death. Cindy laughed bitterly, looking back at my tombstone. Tom, do you hear this? This is the woman you loved to your core. Not long after your death, she's conspiring with others to take your company. I promised to keep the truth of that year secret for your sake. But now, I'm breaking my word, because she doesn't deserve it. I mouthed a word. Okay. I had hoped to protect Wendy's relationship with her parents by hiding the truth, even in death. But now I see I was wrong. She wasn't worth it. Wendy, agitated, demanded. What truth? What do you know? Cindy was unfazed. You always thought Tom forced your parents into making you marry him. But let me tell you, your parents asked Tom to play along. They believed Alex couldn't make you happy. It wasn't Tom who ruined your relationship with Alex. It was your parents. Wendy was shell-shocked, stumbling back. No way. My parents wouldn't do this to me. You're lying. You must be lying. Cindy scoffed. Do I really need to lie to you? After saying that, Cindy stopped looking at Wendy. She waved to the cemetery workers nearby, telling them to fill my grave again. Then, she knelt in front of my tombstone. Tom, I didn't keep our promise. Can you forgive me? I gently caressed her face. I can't forgive you, because I never blamed you in the first place. Ms. Cindy, I found what you wanted me to investigate. Great. I'll go get it right now. I was puzzled, wondering what Cindy asked them to look into. Soon I got my answer. Cindy drove to a private detective agency. Cindy, this is what you asked me to find. Gotta admit, this guy really knows how to play. The private detective handed a bunch of photos to Cindy. I followed her gaze, flipping through each one. It was shocking. All scandalous photos of Alex abroad. The women in the photos were both black and white, and there were even 2 men. Cindy's lips curled into a cold smile. I knew he wouldn't behave abroad. I couldn't believe it and felt Wendy didn't deserve this. She's always thought Alex was perfect. She adored him. And yet, Alex was living a double life. With these photos, I can't believe Wendy would still love him. Cindy's eyes were filled with hatred. Tom, she divorced you because of his return, and tried to take your company. I won't let him get away with it. From the day he came back, I hired a detective to investigate him. I want him ruined. I looked at Cindy, my gaze softening. For me, she did so much in secret. If there's a next life, I won't let her down. I followed Cindy back home. and saw Wendy leaning against the door absent-mindedly. Her eyes were hollow. Seeing Cindy, she snapped back to life and rushed over, grabbing Cindy's hand. "Cindy, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Seems like she learned the truth from her parents. Seeing her like this, I felt a twinge of pity. After all, I once loved her. Cindy remained expressionless, pulling her hand away forcefully. "You should apologize not to me, but to Tom." "Yes, I'm sorry, Tom. I've decided to divorce Alex and work at the cemetery. I want to be with Tom forever. I want to atone." I could tell Wendy was sincere. "But what's the point? I'm already gone. You should divorce Alex. Loving him was a mistake. Look at this." Cindy handed Wendy the envelope with the photos. "What's this?" Wendy hesitated as she opened it, and her face turned pale. Cindy continued to push. "Take a good look. See who you really fell for." "No," Wendy screamed, breaking down. "This can't be true. No, I don't believe it. The evidence is right in front of you, and you still don't believe it? When will you stop deceiving yourself?" Cindy pressed on relentlessly. "For such a worthless person, you turned Tom into your enemy. He loved you so much. Yet you're not fit to be loved by him." "Ah!" Wendy screamed, covering her ears, grabbed the photos and ran out. Cindy exhaled a breath. "Tom, maybe you'll blame me for how I treated Wendy, but I couldn't help myself. Seeing her reminded me of you coughing up blood in front of me. I'm sorry. Forgive me." "Don't say sorry. I know. Everything you did was for me. I never blamed you," I silently told Cindy. At 2 a.m., Cindy got a call from the police. Wendy and Alex had a fight. Wendy accidentally stabbed him. Alex died en route to the hospital. Wendy requested to see her. Cindy was silent for a moment, then headed to the station. I saw Wendy again, her clothes stained with blood, hands cuffed, but her expression was calm. "Cindy, you're here." A faint smile appeared on Wendy's pale face. Cindy looked at her for a couple of seconds and said, "I'll get you the best lawyer." Wendy shook her head. "I want to atone for Tom here." "Cindy, if Tom knew what I did, would he forgive me?" "I don't know." The light in Wendy's eyes dimmed bit by bit. She turned to the officer beside her. "Please take care of this for me." I watched her back as she was led away, remembering when we first met. The purple hue in my heart gradually faded. Leaving the station, Cindy looked up at the sky. The moon was enchanting tonight. The soft moonlight bathed her face, like a veil covering her. "Tom, it's all over now." "Yeah, it's over. It's time for me to go." I felt a light beam on me, my body rising uncontrollably. I gazed at Cindy below, her figure blurring more and more. "Thank you for being in my life. In the next life, I'll find you right away and keep you close. Wait for me."